Hello, Stuart Wellborn here, the Film Psycho, and that name is based on two things. One, I used to be a psychotherapist and was in private practice for 13 years. And two, the second thing is I've just finished a master's degree in film and got a provisional result, so I have actually got a master's degree in film now. Yay! Anyway, I'm not saying those things to big myself up, that's just where the name comes from, the Film Psycho. I missed my vlog last week and the week before because since the start of December I've been quite ill, nearly been hospitalised twice. Worst case was a couple of weeks ago, but hopefully, touch wood, I'm on the mend now and should be able to come back and start doing my vlog on a regular basis. Today's subject is going to be on the genius factor, and I will come back to that in a moment. As always, I'm going to give a quick update on my latest project, which is an adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's The Terrible Old Man. This week we're going back up to the interior location and going to get some shots that I had to put on hold on the day because we're running out of time, and we're going to get a couple of extra shots of the actor playing the terrible old man as well, to give the editor a few options. So that's where we are with that. So come next week we will be wrapped. Touch wood again. Anyway, back to today's subject, the genius factor. Now, when you think of the word genius, certain names might come to mind like Einstein or Michelangelo, Da Vinci, Mozart, geniuses in their respective fields. But I'm talking about it psychologically now. To become a genius, which you can do as well, implies that you've mastered a skill within certain parameters anyway, because there's always something new to learn. That's why I hate the word expert. As I say, I worked in psychotherapy for 13 years. I've read loads of books, but I still wouldn't call myself an expert because there's so much more to learn. But as a genius, that means that you've done all the reading and background and academic research, and you've also done the practical, i.e. implementing it, trying it out. So the midpoint between these two things, cognitively speaking, is genius. You've done all the research, read all the books, and put it into practice. Now, you've got to do this quite a lot, the practice thing, to become a genius. It's not like you can just go, right, read lots and lots of books, and then go out and do it once and be a genius. No, you'd have to read all the books, go out and probably do it about 100 times. I've read somewhere, I'm not sure if it was Earl Nightingale in The Strangest Secret, something like that. I've certainly come across it many times where if you want to master a skill, you should do it at least 100 times. Now, how does this apply to filmmaking? Well, it applies to everything you do, because you don't have to be academically talented to become a genius. I've got a friend who's brilliant at fixing my motorbike, but he's dyslexic. To me, he's a genius because I just ride motorbikes. Could do a few basic bits, but once we start going inside the engine, no idea to me. So, let's have a look at this as a filmmaker. Actor. You go away and you learn about Stanislavski, you learn about Brecht and Meisner and Chekhov and all those kind of people. Maybe you go to drama school, maybe you go and do some acting lessons. So there is a bit of practical there. You've read all the stuff. However, if you didn't do any practical at all, you could read all the books on acting, but as soon as you went out on stage or in front of camera, you're probably going to suck. And this is where the tip comes in now. You've just come out of drama school and you've learned all these weird and wonderful techniques. However, you haven't got the practical experience yet of being in front of a camera, because directors all work differently. And so you're going to go there knowing how to act, yes. But are you going to be what the director's wanting? Who knows? Same if you're going on stage, I guess. I've not been to drama school, I've only done acting lessons. And I don't know what you do at drama school. I presume you do some plays and things like that in front of an audience. But it's more of a safe environment. The first time you go out and do it in front of a live crowd, maybe nerves will come up, they should do. If not, something wrong. And you've got to channel that energy if you do, but the point, because I am now waffling a bit, is that you need to go out, learn the book smarts, do the practical and do lots of it, and that will make you a genius in your field. Now that could be directing. You know, I started filmmaking 3 years ago or something. Look at my work now and go, early works, and go, oh no. That's because for the last 2 years doing a master's degree, all I've done is live and breathe filming. You know, written loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of books. I don't consider myself a genius yet because I haven't got enough practical experience in filmmaking yet. And so many people think that just by doing a little bit, you're going to be really good at filmmaking. You want to shine, you need to implement the genius factor, is what I'm trying to say here. Book smart, practical, do lots of both, you will become a genius in whatever you want to do, whether it's being a DP, whether it's being a sound recordist, directing, acting, anything to do with filmmaking, you need both. So that's my tip for this week, and I shall now move on to my book recommendation, which is an editing genius as far as I'm concerned. Bit of an oddball, my kind of oddball one. Walter Murch, In the Blink of an Eye. Hopefully the camera's focusing on it, because I've noticed sometimes in my previous vlogs it doesn't focus on the book, it's trying to autofocus on it, and I've moved it out of the way. But In the Blink of an Eye, Walter Murch. Great book, one of my favourites. And it's not just editing techniques, it's about filmmaking, what you're looking for, what you're trying to get on the screen. So yeah, that's my book recommendation, and now we're going to move on to a quick movie recommendation from another filmmaking genius. And it's more than just one film, because after Christmas this was on offer, 25 quid, which is I guess about $30. Look at that. Stanley Kubrick 10-disc Blu-ray collection with a book included, and the films in there are Lolita, Doctor Strangelove, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, and Eyes Wide Shut. Wow, 25 quid for that. This guy is a filmmaking genius. He knew his stuff. I've seen people slag him off on some forums. It's like, I don't know where you're coming from on that. I've mentioned in a previous vlog about practical lighting, which is something that I believe he invented. David Worth, a friend of mine, said, yeah, it's called Kubrick lighting, so I guess he came up with it, building lights into the set. However, the point is, watch those kind of films and learn about filmmaking, you know. He was a genius. Anyway, that's the end of my vlog for this week. I've waffled on a bit, and you know, this was impromptu, trying to get it done quickly so that I would get a vlog out this week. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with my vlog in 2017, so if you've got any suggestions, please comment below. That's it. I'm the Film Psycho, and I will hopefully be back next week. Goodbye.